Well, it's
this
interesting.
stuff.
There's this bit of, the saying measure what matters, or
If you can't measure it, it doesn't matter.
It won't get
Yeah, it
done.
won't
So
matter,
it goes
yeah.
full circle back to your, out of the gate of what's being measured are these business results, and it's not the recovery piece. So it falls to the bottom. And there's a bit of that. I love that. It's, if you want to go a long way, like you need to do this, right? And we've talked about a few from a physical recovery. I love the journaling piece, the failure piece. Like there's a whole bunch of elements in here that hopefully folks who are listening to this are just stopping going, yeah, why don't I intentionally recover beyond making sure I use my vacation days? Or like my app is telling me my sleep score sucks, right? Like what? How do we move beyond that?
Yeah.
But I would find, like, in you just sharing some of your recovery kind of pack. I'm curious on your side of things, and you said you learned the hard way through your athletic days. But like, what do you do now as recovery?
Yeah.
What's your intentional, structured way?
I love Legos.
Oh, fun!
Nice,
It's fun.
nice.
I'll
Did
just
you
do
see
like.
that they're bringing out like sneakers and Lego like that collab?
So I do have a sneaker brick. Yep, I do have a
Nice.
sneaker Lego. Yep.
That's cool.
And what is it about Lego, though?
It's the mindfulness of it, and it's the like building and doing things with my hands. So I can put on lo-fi beats, or I can put on a Netflix episode and have my glass of wine, and I'm building Legos for a couple hours. Or
You get lost in it too,
you
right?
get lost in it,
Yeah.
and my phone's on D&D. Like, so that's very mindful for me. I love riding my bike. It's something I do kind of solo. I ride lots and lots of kilometers. So summer season's right around the corner. That's something that's good for my body and good for my mind.
And you're like an explorer when you do that.
I do.
Yeah.
I stop at
Yeah.
coffee shops. I bring a book. I eat a snack. Like, it becomes a whole experience. Sometimes I do tend to recharge alone or with select people. So I'm not the type to like. I had a friend in university, and this is what helped me understand introverts versus extroverts. We were in the same classes, and we were both working as grad assistants with the Kansas State women's basketball program. And we'd go on the same road trips, have the same experiences, and we'd come back, and he'd be like, let's go get a drink. And I'd be like, I am about to close my door, put on a face mask, and drink my tea. Like, good night, you know? So how you recharge and informs how you recover, because what is it that you need, and what kind of stimulus, what type of recovery do you need? I don't know the stat on this, but there's like 7 types, and it makes sense: physical, emotional, right, psychological. What are the types of recovery that you need, and how do you fill that gap? Because Netflix sometimes works, but sometimes it makes you more exhausted.
That's true.
Touching on what you're talking about, because I mean, as long as I've known you, you've always been dynamic, and you just really illuminate through a screen.
I appreciate that.
Oh, it's all good. You had me at hello. Would you consider yourself like an ambivert? Because that's the part I'm struggling with. Everybody goes, "Oh, Hugh's an extrovert," but it's everything you said. I love being alone. Like, I love traveling by myself. I love my walks, and I love just reading and just watching TV by myself, much to my family's chagrin. Like, it's like. Yeah.
No, but I think that is a thing. And it's funny because for a while I was like, oh, I don't like having friends, which is such a dramatic statement in true Micaëlla fashion. But I'm like, if I associate friends with going out to a restaurant where there's loud music playing, it's overstimulating, there's a table of 6 people, I have to entertain conversation with 6. No, thank you. But I'll go take a 2-hour walk and have a coffee
and
with
so
you.
happy.
And this is exactly what I needed. So the types of interactions that I allow myself to have socially, I've become much more intentional with, because I'm like, this is exhausting to me. But come do flow with me, or let's go take a walk, or let's go, do different things. So ambivert, absolutely.
Yeah, because here you are smashing it on a podcast. Like, if you're like straight up introvert, you wouldn't even have returned Nora's email. But
But you did pretty quickly.
I'm so happy to see this in action, because I'm on that journey myself. Of like, because I love being alone, but I don't mind talking to 1,000 people. You know?
Well, and it's interesting bringing it to the recovery piece. Like, there's been a couple pieces around.
Nice. You're bringing us back on.
That's what we're doing. Beforehand, I was like, I don't know if we're going to be able to keep. We're a high energy group.
Great. You're doing great.
Are doing well.
Great,
But Nora.
But I mean, normally it's the two of us reining each other in. But I think, there's, in these examples, it's a bit of like, recovery doesn't have to be this big thing of LeBron James, 1.5 million. He's got Cairo or this and whatever, Chambers.
Make it a walking meeting.
Yeah.
Or color while you're on a call.
Yeah, like I read
talking a lot.
Stanford was like, 10 minutes of walking increases your creativity by 60%. Just stand up and leave. When your watch tells you it's time to stand up, just like do it. Like there's smaller things, there's bigger things around recognizing what you need, what the situation needs. It could be proactively planning out going on those vacations by yourself or just creating that space, or you need to be around people to help lift your energy up. But there's like a whole bunch of journaling.
You know what really fuels recovery? And this is something that's kind of near and dear to me because I spend a lot of time around emotional intelligence methodologies. You got to know yourself. Like you have to be self-aware.
Yeah.
Because if you're self-aware, then you know when it's time. Yeah, like the Kenny Rogers song, right? When you got to fold them, hold them, right? Or whatever, walk away, right?
Yeah. That's right. It's different for everyone. And you've been saying that too. Also wanted to put the LeBron James into perspective. Like the 1.5 million relative to his income.
It's 3%.
It's 3%.
Yeah.
Like for someone who makes $100,000 a year, that's $3,000. And it's not all about money, but just to put it in perspective, it doesn't have to be big.
Huge.
No.
Also want to like kind of in summary of what we've been talking about, sure, there is the individual like recovery, but I think there's also the larger sentiment that we've been talking about, like how do we normalize this in businesses, right? Like how do we go from just saying recovery is important, fail fast, embrace failure, celebrate failure. One plug here, what I really love is kind of, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but fuck up nights. It's this kind of
a guy in my network, Barry Hillier, he goes to them. And I was like,
really
I want to
cool.
go to that too. I just can't. If my mom says, "Well, what did you do?"
I've never heard of this. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
it's
we're
off the
talking
chain.
about.
It's incredible. But
it's
I
like
just
a
don't.
speaker series where kind of the night of, like 3 people stand up, get up on stage and talk about their business fuck ups.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then everyone kind of just embraces that, learns from it, because everyone resonates with it, right? So it's
An authenticity.
we're
all in this
a
together.
form of
Vulnerability,
celebrating
too.
it and showing that vulnerability.
Yeah. That's sweet.
So with that being,
last real
get
quick,
it in
I know.
there. Get it in
I
there.
also think that piece of vulnerability and of transparency, we have a like energy of gatekeeping, as if like one candle loses something from lighting another candle, and that's not the case. And I think that the piece of vulnerability and transparency and open communication is how we make the change.
Yeah.
Because we all know there's science behind it. I personally feel better after taking a 10-minute walk. So like, what's stopping us from doing it?
Yeah.
It's just
And
collectively.
if your leaders are doing it, then you create a safe space for you to do it.
Yeah.
Too.
Create a
Lead by
culture of
example,
doing
You
that.
create a culture. Yeah.
Yes.